Welcome, everybody. John Zager. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? Um, so, cloudy. Rained a lot last night here in Colorado. I'm adjusting my headphones. Sorry, you guys. Supposed to rain again here in a little while. And then again this afternoon. And again this evening. So we've picked up 4 days of rain. I guess that's a good deal. I'm not sure. So, topic for today. I don't know what's causing noise on these microphones today. I can't quite tell. Fear of the unknown. All right, I hear you all out there saying, come on, John. That's such a common topic. Well, maybe it's a common topic because nobody really addresses it, right? I have my steel mug. You know, these coffee mugs that are kind of stainless, it looks like. And boy, do they keep coffee. Decaf, you guys, decaf. Boy, do they keep it nice and hot. I like that. So, fear of the unknown. So, I just got out of working out, you know, cleaning up, doing all the regular stuff I do in the morning. And I was sitting in, kind of a room where everybody gathers and sits around and, I don't know, drinks coffee or tea, and they just kind of talk about their lives or whatever. They're older folks. It's actually a senior center that's attached to the facility where you work out. It's a very, very nice facility. But sometimes I wander over to the senior thing and just to see what they're all up to and listen to them and watch them and observe them and maybe have an opportunity to interview one or two of them from time to time. But so the conversation there and over in the hot tub earlier was around the amount of money that people pay for insurance once they're retired and not yet 65 to be on Medicare. Yeah. And that they have to get different jobs, right, to subsidize the copay part. Well, no, actually insurance, because they're not on Medicare yet. And the numbers appear to be from $1,000 to $2,000 per couple. It depends. Most of the people were talking in terms of $1,300, $1,400, I think, and almost like it's required. You know, we set aside $25,000. One guy said for our insurance after retirement that would cover everything until Medicare kicked in. And he went through his $25,000 in a matter of a couple, 2-3 years because of the cost of the insurance. The other thing that was discussed, and I was just listening, but the other thing that was discussed was the need to go to the doctor on a regular basis for reasons that are, in my mind, psychosomatic. You know, 89% of people that go to the doctor, it's psychosomatic, it's not medical. But, you know, their belief system that it's required and the doctor will keep them well and allow them to enjoy their retirement. And, they get placed on medication, pharmaceuticals, and all of that sort of stuff. And their doctor visits become a routine. And of course they have to pay, their copay in addition to paying the high premiums for their insurance. And then the conversation went on to just how ill they are, how sick they are. I didn't understand that one at all. I have no idea what that was, but just that, as people age, they get sick. Really? That's what they said. So, I guess if you get old, you get sick. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounded like. Wonder if this sounds any better. So, a lot of fear and a lot of anger. That's what I heard. I heard fear and anger. Anger that they're having to give up so much of their retirement money to the doctors, pharmaceutical companies, and insurance companies. And that's the anger. And of course the fear is that, they get sick a lot, and they're going to get sicker, and it's going to cost more money. Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. Where do they come up with this stuff at? It's all programmed in from when they were children. And 70%, 70% of what you get programmed in is all negative. And most all of that, if not a greater number, stays with you until you die. Those beliefs don't go anywhere. Whew. Wow. Pretty discouraging, huh? Glad I wasn't a part of any of that. They asked me, to comment on my attitude, and I gave them a response that was, I don't have a mindset that's the same as you guys, and it doesn't create a fear or any anger, because I'm responsible for my own care and healing, and therefore I don't worry in terms of the cost as you guys do. So as I said that, the conversation went right on by me, absolutely right on by me, and everyone who was there went on to the next person. Actually, one lady turned her back to me. And no, there was another guy. He was about 400 pounds. He turned his back to me. A lot of fear, you guys out there. A lot of fear. A lot of anger. And I don't know, they seem pretty determined to stay in the Newtonian model, right? And anything that is unknown to them is very fearful. So fear of the unknown. That's one way that it applies to some of the senior people that I encounter, anyway. And I'm just wondering how fear of the unknown applies to maybe some of you folks out there. listening. In order to get out of the Newtonian model, as we've spoken in the last few days, we have to start thinking in terms of that whole quantum mechanics, quantum physics, quantum model of the unknown. Has to do with trusting and believing, changing your beliefs, being willing to look at things that are not cause and effect, being able to look at things other than in linear time, being able to look at things not as matter, but as energy. Here's my take on it. And this is my take. I'm not sure you guys want to jump on board with this. You don't have to, but I would encourage you to do some research with it. But a long, long, long time ago, I believe all of this existed. Healing through thought alone. I believe that people, and I'll take it another step. I believe there were spiritual people in the world long, long ago that functioned from a level of their mind, which is energy and wave, and not from particle and matter. That's my belief. I'm not quite sure where I got that from. I know I've done an awful lot of reading, and I seem to recall that a lot of this stuff was around at one point in the world, and then it got dismissed, and man decided to invent linear time and matter and all that sort of thing, and the rest was history. And only more recently, not in the past few years, but in the past 100 years, it's been going back in this direction to energy and not matter. And the whole concept of energy is an unknown area. Yeah? So when we think in terms of matter to particles to wave to energy, that's a leap for a lot of people. When I'm sitting here in a parking lot with some beautiful trees in front of me, and when I look at this tree in front of me, it's not matter. It's energy that, based on how I perceive things, it's become matter, right? So that's a leap for people. When we talk about healing through thought alone, healing here represents all kinds of things, from all kinds of diseases and terminal illnesses to emotional issues to whatever you're trying to heal. When we think about healing through thought alone, that's a huge, huge leap for people. It's not tangent. It's not something they can put their hands on. It's not something that I can move from here to here. I'm used to, if I need to buy a house and I'm short on money, my wife and I will work 3 jobs apiece until we get enough for a down payment, which might take 5 years of our time just to get the down payment. Wow. Whew. I have no idea where that came from. Why would you do that? I just have no comprehension of that. When you could have a mindset that thinks in terms of there are infinite possibilities that exist in the universe this very moment. And if you can stay in the present to the point that you become a conscious thought, no body, environment, or time sort of idea, you can send intention through vibrations and energy into the universe, and things can manifest. That's a stretch for people. That's a huge, huge, huge stretch for people. People are used to, let me just go to the doctor. The doctor knows what I need, and he can diagnose it, and I'll be fine. Let me just go to the doctor. Whew. What are you going to the doctor for? He has no idea what's wrong with you. All doctors do is pull from their subconscious, have I ever seen a case like this before, and what was it? What was the cause? I'll just assign that to this person, and we'll go on with that kind of treatment. I don't know if that was it or not. Whew. So when I, or people that do what I do, encourage you to change into somebody you're not, right? You kind of get a little frightened of that. You want me to give up all of these things that I've had since birth, childhood? Why would I want to do that? You want me to become another person. You want me to trust and believe in the unknown. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. And that's kind of where people are, and that's why I guess the world is the way they are. The world is the way it is because they all have the same belief system, more or less. It's matter. Changes matter. And to think of the unknown changing things doesn't make sense, doesn't compute. I don't know. I'd be curious what some of you guys think out there. Sure would be good if you called in. Think of a time where you've been asked by someone, or you've asked yourself, to believe in something that you don't know anything about. In other words, it's intangible. You know, you could go on the internet and look it up, but still it becomes non-matter. It's a type of energy, a vibration. You know, and you kind of get this basic concept idea, but it's kind of fearful because you've never been there before. You've never changed your life for that sort of reason. So, fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. Even in this materialistic world, I see people having fear of the unknown. You know, they have to stretch. They have to do something they're frightened of. They have to become somebody they're not. And it creates kind of a lot of anger in people, I think. That's what I see when people are confronted with fear of the unknown. You know, people's responses to me and my approach or mental attitude towards what they were talking about was anger. They just don't want to hear it. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. This is a tree. Here, come here. Put your hand on it. Push on it. It's a tree. It's matter. Okay. And I guess I'm just asking you guys to maybe take a look at the fear of the unknown and what kinds of things are you confronted with, I guess, daily or every so often regarding change. You know, psychology is pretty big on that. People still accept psychology. Maybe not wholeheartedly, but people go to therapists and, you know, psychologists and that sort of thing. And they are asked to look at feelings and maybe change feelings and process emotions, and, you know, things that are abstract, and they do, but it goes on for years and years and years, you know. It's called psychotherapy, and I'm not sure there's ever a point of resolution with that, but people try it. They see it as kind of trendy or whatever. There's the whole concept of healers. You know, you have psychology, which is sort of on the border. And then you have coaching, which has gotten a bad rap, bad name. And you have healers, which has even gotten a more bad rap associated with it. And there, it's just too abstract. What do you mean coaching? What are you coaching me to do? You want me to learn how to self-heal. What is that? What is that? Learn to self-heal. What do you mean there's energy and I have the capability to heal myself or heal somebody else? I don't understand that. There's a fear of those kinds of modalities. I think a lot of reason that coaches, like myself, therapists, psychologists, how the words change, but I think there's a lot of reason why people avoid that stuff, and it's fear of the unknown. Myself and many, 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 many other people out there, professionals that work in this area, which are very, very good, and they can be a great assistance in your journey through life. Right? Not a lot of people go there. Not a lot of people want to go there. You know, it's not Newtonian. So, in turn, you know, people will turn on YouTube or Spreaker here, do our podcast, and they'll listen to these various people, including myself, and they'll listen for a few minutes or maybe half of it or skip around on it. But they don't really believe because there's a fear associated with it might rub off. What if? There's something to this. What if there's something to this? I encourage everybody to become enlightened. Not everybody's going to, I understand. I encourage everybody to be enlightened. I encourage everybody to challenge themselves, to face the fear of the unknown, to see the results that may occur, to contact a coach, a healer, someone who works in psychology or neuroscience and can assist you through your journey. Try it. Try it. What have you got to lose? You're living. Here's my last comment, and I've gotten carried away again today, but you're living in the matrix, people. You're living in the matrix. This is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to have the same thoughts day in and day out, same behaviors day in and day out. No change. You're living somebody else's program. You're not creative. You don't have your own program. It's too scary to do that. I don't know. I don't know what to offer other than to just be here and to be available to people. I guess I see my purpose after I've been doing this since 76. However many years that is. 42, 43. I've been doing this since 1976. I'm probably committed to encouraging change in people, yeah? And I welcome the opportunity to work with anybody in any capacity. Just call. Contact me. I'm easy to find. You can track me down. So, what is today? Monday. Yay, Monday. I'm excited about today, you guys. You guys, I have a feeling deep down inside of me every day about the excitement of opportunity that exists in my life every moment. I hope you guys get to that point. I hope you get there. It's a great place to be. God bless everybody. Take care of one another. And again, I look forward to talking to you guys the very next time. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.